At just 21, Coco Gauff becomes a queen of tennis, wins prestigious WTA Player of the Year award. The halls shimmer with golden light. Crystal reflections dancing across silk gowns, tailored suits, and the proud faces of the greatest athletes in the world. It was a night of the WTA Awards Gala, an evening reserved for legends, for triumph, and for rewriting the chapters of tennis history. But tonight belonged to one person alone, a young woman who had risen not just in ranking, but in spirit, courage, and impact. A young woman who stepped into the spotlight like a star destined to shine. Coco Gauff, only 21 years old, yet carrying the aura of someone who had lived 1,000 lives of sport. She entered the grand ballroom with calm elegance, her dress a shimmering midnight blue that mirrored the greatness she would soon claim. The cameras followed her, the room turned as one, because this wasn't just an athlete walking in. It was the queen of tennis, a season written in fire. Before her name echoed across the world tonight, Coco had battled through a season that pushed her beyond physical boundaries and emotional limits. A season that asked everything of her, and she gave even more. From the very first tournament of the year, Coco radiated determination. She wasn't the rookie anymore. She wasn't the young prodigy everyone watched out of curiosity. She wasn't the future of tennis. She was tennis. Match after match, she stormed through draws with a mixture of explosive power and tactical genius. Her forehand, once considered a weakness, now thundered like a storm. Her backhand cut through the air like a blade. Her serve, deep, bold, fearless, became a weapon. But it wasn't the technique that set her apart. It was her heart. She played through exhaustion, through pressure, through doubt. She played when crowds roared for her and when critics whisper behind screens. She played with tears in her eyes sometimes, joy in her laughter most times, but always with belief. She collected titles, not just with skill but with soul. Grand slams, masters, clutch victories that made the world gasp. Charismatic speeches that reminded fans why they fell in love with sports. A season like that doesn't just impress. It transforms. And tonight, the transformation would be crowned. The gala begins. The music faded. The lights lowered. A spotlight cut through the darkness like a beam of destiny. The host of the night took the stage with a smile. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we celebrate brilliance. Tonight, we honor the player who defined the future of our sport. The crowd grew still. The cameras zoomed in. Coco's heart thumped softly beneath her ribs. Beside her, her parents sat with hands clasped. Her father, her first coach, whispered, "No matter what happens, we are proud." Her mother touched her daughter's shoulder gently, warmth in her eyes. Coco smiled back, her confidence balanced with humility. She knew, the world knew, this was her moment. The announcement. A giant screen behind the stage flickered to life, showing clips of Coco's season. The acrobatic defenses, the fiery winners, the tearful celebrations, the unforgettable speeches. Then the voice of the presenter echoed like the final chapter of a book everyone had waited to read. The 2025 WTA Player of the Year is Coco Gauff. The room erupted. Cheers. Applause. Whistles. A thunderstorm of love. Coco froze for a split second, not in disbelief, but in awe. She felt warmth flood her chest, stunning her with the realization that the dream she once whispered into empty courts had finally come full circle. She rose. Her parents rose with her. Her mother hugged her tightly. Her father whispered, "This is only the beginning." Coco walked toward the stage, her steps light, graceful, but steady with purpose. The kind of walk owned by queens and champions. The speech of a generation. The trophy was placed into her hands, a gleaming, golden symbol of everything she had fought for. It was cold at first touch, heavy but beautiful, like the weight of expectations blended with the shine of victory. She stepped up to the microphone. The room silenced again. Her voice, soft at first, carried the strength of someone who had lived through storms and still chose sunlight. "I want to thank everyone who believed in me, even on the days I struggled to believe in myself." Her smile wavered with emotion. This year tested me. It pushed me. It taught me that greatness isn't about perfection. It's about heart. She paused, breath catching. To the little girl who picked up a racket at 6 years old, dreaming of nights like this, I hope I made you proud. The crowd applauded, many wiping away tears. She continued, and to every young player watching at home, remember this. You don't have to be the biggest, the strongest, or the loudest. You just have to be brave. Fans rose to their feet. This wasn't a speech. It was a message, a legacy in the making. Flashbacks of a champion. As Coco left the stage, her mind replayed the memories that had shaped her. Flashback 1, the early days. A small public court in Florida. A little girl swinging oversized rackets, missing shots but smiling endlessly. Her father's voice coaching her. Her mother's encouragement echoing from the sidelines. She learned discipline before success. The night of celebration. As the gala continued, Coco found herself surrounded by fellow players. Some rivals, some friends, all admirers. Paolini hugged her warmly. Sabalenka teased her with a smile. Swiatek praised her fearlessness. Younger players asked for photos, inspired by her journey. Coco didn't stand above them. She stood with them. But the crown was undeniably hers tonight. She danced lightly to the music, laughed with her team, took photos with fans, and thanked every staff member she passed. Humility woven into greatness. Her coach approached her with a wink. You know this means expectations will be even higher next year. Coco grinned. Good. I like high ceilings. After the spotlight, near the end of the night, Coco slipped away from the noise and stepped out onto the balcony overlooking the glowing city. The air was cool, the sky a blanket of stars. She exhaled deeply. It wasn't relief. It wasn't victory. It was clarity. She had conquered the season, but the fire inside her still burned for more. Grand slams, records, rivalries, a legacy that would echo for generations. Her phone buzzed. A message from her grandmother. Proud of you, my baby. Keep shining. Coco smiled, her heart swelling with warmth. Moments like these were the real treasure. As she looked out at the skyline, she whispered softly, this is only the beginning. And it was because at just 21 years old, Coco Gauff wasn't just a player of the year. She was the face of a new era, a symbol of perseverance, a leader of her generation, a queen crowned not by committee but by destiny. Epilogue, the queen's future. The world woke up the next morning to headlines plastered everywhere. Coco Gauff, the young queen of tennis. A new legend rises. The future is here. Social media overflowed. Fans celebrated. Young kids picked up rackets again because Coco made them believe. And as Coco boarded her flight the next day, trophy beside her, headphones on, she carried something far more valuable than awards. She carried purpose. She carried pride. She carried the weight and the joy of inspiring millions. The queen was crowned, and her reign had only just begun. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.